Okay, welcome back. I have a Vice story here, and it's not cheesy, but it's very, very interesting. And well, you'll see how it is when we get into it here. Okay, one of the Vice priorities is to investigate lewd acts in a public place. It could be restrooms, it could be department stores, it could be the parks, it could be on people sitting in cars, people having sex. And unlike the most liberal thinkers, this is not focusing on homosexual activity. Okay, if you have a heterosexual couple having sex in the park, it's just as illegal as males having sex. It doesn't really has nothing to do with male or female here. So don't let these politicians tell you different. It's all we apply this law to everyone. The law does not say male or female. Okay, but unfortunately, most of the time when we have indecent exposure, 99.9% of the time is going to be males. I don't think I've ever heard of a female being caught exposing herself in public, although unless they were drunk or something at a party or at a rally or something. But anyway. We got a complaint at this one particular park that one particular restroom was being frequented and there was a lot of lewd act going on, whether it was sex in the bathroom or whether it was gentlemen playing with themselves. So we go out to investigate it. And so we're just basically one of us will stand by the bathroom, one of us will sit on a bench nearby, and we just wait, because it's going to happen. We don't have to, entice anyone. It's just going to happen. So it's my turn to be the operator. So I'm standing kind of away from the front door, and I'm just standing there looking around, and I'm looking at my partner because we had signals, and he gives me a signal that someone's nearby. So I look over, and sure enough, there's a guy behind a tree, a little bit of ways away, and he's peeking out from the tree. And he's stalking me. Okay, so that's fine. And I don't mean stalking me to hurt me. I'm talking about he's a gay guy, and he's trying to get enough guts and energy to get to me, to get close to me. So I give my partner the nod, and then so I'm waiting there. I'm looking around, and then I look back, and he's closer, and he's closer. It took about 3 or 4 minutes. He finally gets to the door, and he walks by me. Okay, now this is something that I can tell you right now. If the men out there are going to go to a public restroom, gas station, park, when you get out of your car, you walk to the bathroom, you go right to the bathroom, you leave the bathroom and you go back. Okay, there's no loitering around outside the toilet. There's no looking at other men that are coming out. That is what gay guys are doing, not that are looking for action. I'm not saying gay guys are bad. I'm just saying that's what gay guys do, look for action. Okay, and also, when they walk by you, they look at your crotch. It's the way it is. Okay, so that indicates a lot of things there, that this isn't just somebody that's going to go to the bathroom and leave. He's out to do something. He wants to entice, or he wants to do something. And believe me, they're not necessarily gay. Okay, 30% of the Vice arrests I made, these guys were married with kids. So gay doesn't have anything to do with it. Gay or not gay, these people just want to be with men. Okay. So he walks by and he gives me a crotch stare. Okay, well I look at my partner, I give him a signal, looks good. So I wait a few minutes, maybe a minute or so, not a few minutes, and then I turn to go in. When I go in, my partner moves up to the door. It's all orchestrated, so we take care of each other. So as I walk in, he's standing over the urinal, and he's playing with himself, okay? And he's used the term, the M term, the guys don't know what it is, playing with yourself. And he looks over at me, and he's smiling, and he's pointing for me, he's pointing down at his genitals for me, okay? Obviously he wants me to join him. And I look at him, and I smile, and nod my head, and I start coughing, because that's our signal. About that time, my partner comes in. Okay, well, there's only one door between him and us, and we're at that door. As soon as I see my partner, out come the badges. We say Vice, and fortunately, this guy didn't do anything. He just kind of froze. And I said, "Put it away," and he puts it away, and then we reach it. And we're right on him. We're only a foot away, in case he does something. He didn't. He just he was a white gentleman in a Latino area, but the park that we're looking at has a mix, because there's a huge hospital nearby, so we get a lot of mix of different races in here. But this guy happened to be a Caucasian guy, young guy, probably in his, I don't know, late 30s. So we cuff him up, and he starts to cry. And we've had this before. So we walk into the car, it's a long way to the car, and he's crying, he's saying, "You don't understand, oh my God." And we're thinking, well, okay, this is another guy that's married, he's got kids, he's gonna be, okay, whatever. Okay, so we get him in the car, and these cars are undercover cars, so we don't have a place to sit in the back, so I'm just turned around talking to him. My partner's driving to the station, and I'm trying to get his name. He won't give it to me, and I tell him, well, if you don't give me your name, you're going to be in jail for 3 days until we identify you. And he finally gives me his name, and I say, okay, what's your profession? And he really starts crying, and I'm going, oh no, this guy's a policeman, he's a councilman, a senator, who the hell is this guy? He's a priest. Okay, well, we're both Latins. I was raised Catholic. My partner is what I call super Catholic. Okay, he's a deacon or whatever. He speaks at the altar on Sundays. He's freaking out, and I'm like, okay, calm down. Okay, so I'm thinking not the sense that I've got him there's going to be that he's a priest necessarily. I'm concerned about all the bureaucracy I have to notify because he is a priest. It's considered a VIP arrest. Same if you arrested a senator, a policeman, you know, someone of some kind of stature, you have to notify everybody. So we get to the station, put him in the tank, go upstairs, and the supervisor, who is a Christian, okay, we tell him, and he just goes, oh no. He goes, okay guys, don't do anything. I got to go downstairs and tell the captain. So he tells the captain. Captain comes up. Captain rarely comes up. He goes, okay, verbally tell me what happened. He looks at, who's the operator? I say, I am. She goes, tell me what happened. So I tell him. He goes, okay, put it in writing. I got to make a bunch of calls. So he's gone. So I write the story, and we're getting ready to book him, but we don't know. Again, that kind of activity is a misdemeanor. So police departments and city attorneys and district attorneys have a lot of discretion when it comes to misdemeanors, okay? Except for DUIs, that's a whole different thing. But, you know, petty theft, pickpockets, all that misdemeanor stuff, vandalism, a lot of leeway here, a lot of things you can do besides just slamming them in the jail, okay? You can agree with that or you're not. So we're up there about an hour, and then we get a call to go downstairs, all of us. So I go down there, and I walk in here. Captain says, hey, I want to introduce you to this gentleman over here, and here's this I think to this day he's a Monsignor, I think. He had like purple flowing robes with a hat with a little purple thing on top, and he had a couple of regular priests, dressed priests as his aides. There was a limo parked out front, so this is a big mucky muck. I mean, not the big guy, of course, but he's one of the area guys, I guess. And my captain explained what happened, and then he handed I'll call him a Monsignor, hands him the report, the narrative, which is really the report. Hands it to him, he's reading it, and you can see a look on his face, you know, he's not happy with this. Hands it back to the captain hands it to me, and I'm sitting there, and then, so the Monsignor says, Captain, what's going to happen now? And the captain says, well, the captain threw it back on him. He says, this is a misdemeanor, so we have a lot of options here. He said, we can release him here, in your custody, we can book him in the jail, you know, we can't let it go, something has to be done, but we can't release him to you. You can sign for him, promise to appear back in court if the court decides to prosecute him. A lot of times they don't, okay? So, again, a lot of moving parts here. So he'd like to take him. Okay, it's fine. So we made some reports I'd never seen before, and he signed him out, and we went and got him, but this time he had composed himself a little bit. As soon as he saw his boss, he started tearing up a little bit. I felt kind of sorry for the guy because, you know, his nose is in trouble. So as they're leaving, the captain asked the Monsignor, well, can you let me know what's happening with him, because this is going to go away from us, and we kind of like to know what happened. Oh, I'll let you know. So off they went in the limo, and I filed the report, sent it to the appropriate city attorney's office. We're done. Got our arrest, and we're off. And then about a couple weeks later, the captain calls us. Actually, he came up. Yeah, he came up. And he says, I have some news for you about your priest arrest. And we're going, what? He says, well, the city attorney's agreed not to prosecute if he gets help and if he gets shipped somewhere other than California. So apparently they shipped him to like Ecuador. and we're like, okay, is that good or bad? We don't know. We don't know how many people are in Ecuador that he can relate to. Not my problem. So that's what happened to him. He was transferred out, and that was the end of it. Kind of sad if you're a devout Catholic like my partner was. He kind of wigged out, but life goes on, and people have different vices. So hope you enjoyed that story, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.